But science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion. Otherwise, you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in the frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck off and die.
Do you know what's really frustrating? Somebody in this like on IMDb, they always I like to read through like the trivia and the quotes and like all the information on there. And somebody said in the hallway of the Cross home, one of Luis's dolls is displayed with a combat knife sticking in the middle of its forehead. It's like foreshadowing what happens at the end of the film. I'm kind of like, I don't know why that it's like so funny because that's like the only thing in this out of like 50 entries that talks about like foreshadowing. And I'm like, I feel like there's so much more foreshadowing than one doll that she makes. Like half.
I did notice that doll
this
time though. I saw that doll and I was like, that's fun.
Right.
I mean, all her art is so fun, but yeah.
Dude, holy shit. Yeah. She's too good for him.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
yeah. But anyways, I just know it's just such a. I'm like, I don't know. It's funny. I'm like, that's like the one thing they talk about foreshadowing. I'm like, it's such a minute thing that's kind of cute, but it's like, there's so much foreshadowing.
We're literally going to start the show with a spoiler. So if you didn't know, we spoil the shit out of these. So sorry if you didn't know that. You get fucked, I guess.
If you know what? I don't know. Do people know what I give people the benefit of the doubt. How often do you think people like I'll watch a video essay sometimes about a movie I haven't seen because I'm not worried about spoilers, but like who would do that? Who would come to a podcast
on a podcast?
Well, no, who would go to any podcast, any YouTube video, any like critic and be like, "Oh, they just told me something about this movie?" I don't know. I'm Joe Cross today, dude. I'm like, you goddamn surprised. People out there. You people are you stupid idiots out there.
You gotta free your heart, okay?
I know, dude. Yeah.
Anyway,
super duper. Thank you, man.
This is the Cult of Cinema Knowledge podcast. Jordan and Levi. We're talking.
I'm Jordan Cross over here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you are basically. You have the name of a small town cop. Like I feel like you.
Oh no! You take that back. You take that back.
How dare you? It's the worst thing you've ever said about me.
God, honestly, and a small town cop. It's like I don't want to rape and murder, ethnicities that badly.
Anyway, so we watched. Obviously, we talked about. We watched. Finally, we're watching. We're watching all the best movies of 2025. And I was been pushing my agenda. Luckily, it won the second week, or else I was gonna get real annoying with it.
I know, right? Just
we pushed
put it against.
And I mean, rightfully so. But Eddington, we watched Eddington. I watched it last night, but for this, we're talking about Eddington today, obviously. What movie? There's probably a lot of other movies that end with someone getting stabbed in the head. If not, there should be.
You had no idea what movie I was talking about. It could have been any of them. Inglourious Bastards. I don't know. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Stabbings. I like a good, satisfying stab right to the fucking melon. It's good.
Yeah, it was nice.
So very quickly, a synopsis. So
yeah, it's kind of a doozy. I don't know.
I'm just gonna get into the very. The layer on top of the milk, just the very nuts and bolts plot. Eddington. It's May of 2020, and I don't know, unless you're a tiny child or you're watching this in the future, there was a pandemic going on right then.
Yeah, or you're a space alien from Begonia or something like that. I don't know.
And so right at the peak of it, it's this small town sheriff Joe Cross, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And the mayor of this town, they start kind of butting heads about, it starts with like the mask mandate, but, tensions, I'm not going to get into every little bit, but tensions kind of keep rising in the town. And Joe sees himself as, someone is actually like, oh, this guy like is the best guy in town. And so that emboldens him to run for mayor. And so he decides that he's going to run for mayor. Meanwhile, he has a very strange wife and a crazy conspiracy theory mother-in-law at home he's just distancing them further while dealing with his 2 deputies. There's a couple kids in the town that are trying to fucking, it's all over the place.
One of the kids is the son of the mayor.
Right?
That adds extra.
And extra,
tension,
there's all
but
these
it's not
tensions.
really that important.
Yeah, it's important, but I'm like for plot wise, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's
right.
tensions are building. Eventually, Joe gets fucking limp wrists smacked at a party, publicly shamed, and realizes that like he's got nothing, and so he, with his tail between his legs, he fucking assassinates the mayor and his son, and tries to get rid of their body, and he kills a homeless guy too, just because he can,
Right. That was the first. That was
He
the
snaps,
taste.
yeah.
That was like the. Yeah, that was him. That was him testing the waters, and
So as the tensions are rising in this town, the mayor is killed. Everything's getting linked through social media, and a shady group, basically the shadowy boogeyman, fake Antifa, comes into town, and it's like the real conspiracy is actually going on. And so like the back end is the deputies get killed. Joe gets in a huge firefight with literal shadows, you know what I mean? And he ends up killing no one except for another cop, but also in the final shootout. And then he gets stabbed in the head and gets, and then by the way, the whole thing, they're trying to build a data center there, and it's like a whole big deal. And so the data center,
but that's what's so funny. That's not even really that important to the plot, even though it's like it's the main.
Ari
Aster
says that's
but
what
it's
it's
so
about.
not. Yeah, right. That's what it's about. But it's like so in the background.
You kind of
like,
forget
anyways,
about it.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into
that.
it. Yeah. But so the data center gets built, even though there was some pushback. It gets built, and he is now the mayor of the town. But he's literally fucking like
he's
a vegetable. He's paralyzed and can't talk, and he's like a quadriplegic. And his mother-in-law takes care of him, and she's living at high life now with all that fucking, data center money that she got paid off by.
Yeah.
And his wife that he's been trying to get pregnant ran away with Austin Butler, who's in a cult, and it's not good for him. And it's not good for the town of Eddington.
No, and it's great. It's also another like
over, dude.
It's another just like complete tragic ending that
so
Ari Aster that I'm like that's what he does. It's kind of great, It's like
he's so cynical. His movies are so cynical.
To a fault, in my opinion.
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm gonna get into it a little bit here.
but
I want to know
to a fault to his box office anyway. A lot of people don't like his stuff because it's too weird and just too dark.
It's too bleak. Yeah, I think
all
that's
his movies are bleak as fuck.
Like
even when they're kind of funny, they're bleak as fuck.
Well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, but that scene, I don't know. We'll get into it in just a sec. This was your second time seeing it?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
And you saw it in theaters?
When it came out.
Man. I really should have that. I think that's a disservice for myself too. This is my first viewing, and I feel like it would have been a lot more impactful in theaters. Like this, it's hard. It's like I didn't dislike this film, but there's a couple things that like with Beau's Afraid. Beau's Afraid. The first hour of this, I liked so immensely more than the last hour.
Sure,
and that's how Beau's Afraid was too.
I get that in this one because I feel deeply that in Beau's Afraid, and I get that with this one, but I disagree.
So much. No. And I was gonna say,
but I get
not so much. I'm thinking. I guess I'm not explaining. I think that in Beau's Afraid, the first hour, if he kept that energy, that movie would have been a lot. I would have liked it a lot more. It would have stuck with me more. I would have been like, oh, I want to rewatch it. Kind of it's his tonal switches that kind of make me question it. I think about it and I'm obsessive and it's one of those things where this is a craftsman, a strong director making a really good film.
the balls,
it's-
dude. I can't like. I feel like no one has it. Like he does these tonal shifts, and it's like they are jarring for sure. But it's just like everyone
and I
says
can't
that about
appreciate
all
that.
his movies. Like every criticism I've ever heard about, even Hereditary or Midsummer, it's literally it's now it's about a cult, and it's like it always has been. And then like Midsummer,
right?
It's always been about that. And it's like this second time viewing, I need to see Beau is Afraid again, and I wonder if I'll feel differently, kind of, where it doesn't feel as separate. Because my first time watching Eddington, I felt similarly, where I'm like, the last, third, I guess, last hour even, you could say, but the last third specifically,
right,
is quite different. It's like we've been sucked into the conspiracy theory, and now we're living it, and it feels like before we were living in our reality, which a heightened version, satirical version of our reality, which is awful. The wound is still fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, for reals. And that's what I liked about it. And
it's it's full on conspiracy thriller, but it really still works with the messages and stuff. But I can see why a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say like I like this film. But the one thing that that had me, I didn't literally throw up my hands, but mentally I kind of threw up my hands. I was like, what the fuck? It made me so mad. It's such a small detail, but it's huge. Is that he shouldn't I wish that we didn't know that he killed the mayor. I wish that it was left ambiguous. It's like it's the weakest part of this movie, in my opinion, is when he steps on the shell, and it's like that shot is silly because it like really pushes in on him stepping on the shell, kind of just like we're not fucking idiots. Who cares? It's like it's like no. Let me explain.
Yeah,
so
keep
it's like,
going. I want to know where you land because I love it.
No, well that's the thing. No, oh my god. Okay, so the movie would have functioned exactly the same, but it would have made Joe's character slightly more sympathetic and a little more nuanced. I mean, because he's not really that nuanced, honestly. But it's like it would have just made him more nuanced if all we saw, like everything happened exactly how it did, with like the him getting shot, and all you can see is like, I love that off the ridge. You can see the little crack of the
timing is
the
so
gun,
good.
the sniper.
Like it's just like
You see the muzzle flare, then the bullet. It's great. It's like,
since your first time watching it, like I knew it was coming this time, but I did not know it was coming at all. And it's like there's when you're watching movies and you're always like, I feel like somebody's gonna get shot.
Somebody's gonna get shot.
And then he actually just does. In theaters, I was like, "Holy shit!"
I did the same thing, and this is what happened. This is why I threw my hands up, is because when it happened, he got shot and he got killed, and I immediately was like, "Holy shit! Who did that? What the heck happened? This is crazy. This is like perfect, for Joe's character. This is a perfect scenario. This is crazy. This happened. Why'd this happen?" And then it immediately cuts to Joe, and he's collecting his stuff, and then he goes and he does the spray paint stuff. And I'm like, oh, that immediately for me, kind of just took the wind out of my sails.
Really?
I wish that so dude, what if you think about it, think about the movie. If they literally just had the fire cracks, boom, 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 the son dies, Pedro dies, and then they take the scene of him coming up with and him walking up to the house and him with the spray paint can. And then if they just had it where it was like the next day and he's getting the call, and he wakes up or whatever, and then he gets the call and he comes in, and then there's a bullet casing, and all of his acting is so good. It's one of those things now we as the audience know that Joe did it. So to me personally, this is all personal opinion. To me personally, it totally deflates the whole thing when Butterfly finds it, and the dude who's on he's on the res, he's that cop, and he finds the bullet and stuff, and there's all this anxiety. But for me, I'm like, well, I already know who did it. Joe did it. Who gives a shit? Now I'm kind of like, okay, let's see where the pieces fall and what he does with it, and it's like that's great. It's like the movie's great. It does work with him doing that, and it's like, but it's like
it's a completely different movie though if it does that. I think
no, but
I think it completely loses
it's better,
the thread maybe.
Personally, I think it's better because it's like all the stuff where he like immediately turns on Michael, you know, like the black officer, and like
I
he
think
just
if
starts turning
everything
on him.
else was there, like that you didn't actually see him, but you basically, if you're paying close attention, it's obvious.
Yeah, you'd know. That's what I mean. That's how come I would like. You would have been like, oh, he just killed the homeless guy, like the same scene, you know, the scene right before it.
Yeah.
He killed that homeless guy, and so he killed them.
And that's why it
bothers
surprises me that you were surprised, because I immediately knew it was him, because I'm like, oh, he's snapped. As soon as he gets slapped at that party, he is snapped, because the thing
right,
is,
and his wife leaves.
A lot of people,
I think that's a big turning.
A lot of people I've noticed that don't like this movie is because partially people have a problem with like having a main character that's unlikable.
Oh right, I was gonna say he's the antagonist and the protagonist. Like he doesn't.
He is.
There is no protagonist
Constantly,
in this movie.
Everyone, I mean, he's the protagonist from like a structural standpoint of view, and like you do kind of end up rooting for him, even though he's a piece of shit and a murderer.
I never did. I think he gets off light personally, but like we'll talk about the ending. But
yeah, maybe. But I mean, he gets what he deserves, but for sure. But like,
no, but I mean, I think it's like I think the fact that he like I'm like. He's got all the money, the cushy lifestyle. It's like he's getting taken care of.
Dude.
I understand he's.
Out of your
I understand he's like. No, that's the thing. I know, but if you think about it,
Dead would be better.
It's like
dude. Dead would be better. He's living in hell.
Well, I mean, that's like they show that, but like when you look at it from like a real structure, like a real standpoint as a human being,
his own
there are people who
he's got the dude that's banging his
and yes, and he's got a dude that's
him.
banging. He has a contraption to lift him up and to put him in bed. It's like he's being taken advantage of, and
his
like
own actions though.
There's some tragedy to it, but it's like to think about it. There are people who live like that who don't have any assistance, and so I don't know. I'm like he should have just died. But then I'm also like,
that's
no, this is like
easy.
it's one of those things. It's one of these things. That's the thing I know, and that's what Ari Aster's trying to do is be like, oh look, he's you know, this is his just desert.
He ends up
or
becoming the puppet. I mean, the whole angles that you know you're being manipulated, spelt wrong, which is like
right.
That's the thesis of the movie. Is everyone takes everything that happens, cranks it to 11. And someone in power uses it to use it to their advantage. Like that's everything, and that's the whole movie. What ends up being about.
I think for him to really like to get what was coming to him is like he doesn't have any assistance. He gets abandoned completely, and he has to live in a care home. That you know, it's like I don't know. I just feel like him getting like warehoused is more apt instead of being able to like.
It's like you know. Oh yeah, you've never even seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm like, it's the end of the Raiders where they get locked up. So anyways, going back to Joe, everyone complains about Joe, and you even said that he's like not nuanced, but I'm like, that's the point. The point, it's like I think he is. I think he's a regular dude that thinks he's the hero, and he wants to be a good guy, and he doesn't realize that he's not. And then he finally snaps because he keeps getting pushed, and he doesn't know how to do with things. Like multiple times, he's like, "Don't let me think." Like, don't let me think. I just need to be running on instinct. And so he can't plan stuff. And so he always tries to, like, think he's clever, but he's not. And so, like, when he finally gets defeated, where he's like, hey, the mayor's a rapist. I hate to say it, in a public town hall. And then his wife is like, no, he's not. And then he gets slapped, like, limp wrist slapped at the party.
I felt bad. That was the moment that I felt bad is when he went on that public platform and he said all that stuff and he's like, well, I just got to say it. I got to get off my chest. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, dude, that's not how this happened at all.
Bad.
And like, that was the part where I really was like, oh, I'm gutted for you, bud. Like, that was the part that was like, it's just like that, like putting it up. Like, that's the part of me where he like, quote unquote, weaponizes social media. Like,
for sure.
Using it where it's like,
this whole movie says a lot about that for sure. But it's just the fact that he can't. And then like when he gets pushed, like he's so concerned with being a man of action that he doesn't know what to do, and it's so American that it's just like, I'm up against a wall and the only way forward is violence. And so he resorts to murdering a fucking innocent dude, his rival, sure, but then his kid also, which is like, that's a bridge too far even. Wow. And then he's just like completely incompetent with it. Like he could almost be competent, but he can't. And he fucks up everything. And it's like, I think it's kind of great. And it's the perfect image of like the dude in power. And it's like the reason he latches on, like, because earlier on, it's like, he's not super seen as this crazy right wing. Like, he's obviously right leaning or whatever, if that matters. But like, he just.
I mean, I think it does.
It does.
This movie is all about that. Like, clearly.
I kind of disagree. I think a lot of people are talk about this movie about like left or right, and I'm like, I think it's just like the whole thing is like the whole just talk about left and right, or at least what Ari Aster's trying to say is that it's all just a fucking way to keep you divided and keep you distracted, which I think is pretty much mostly true. But he early on, he fixates on the thing in his life, like he wants to be a family man. He sees the masks and he's like, this is an affront on me. And that's again, so American, where it's just like, I can't think outside past myself and my bubble. I have asthma. This person, it's like, it doesn't matter. The statistic, there's no COVID here. And he literally gets COVID right at the beginning of the movie from wrestling with the homeless guy. You know,
I know, right?
It's like, I don't know. I 100% get it. I will be a defender of this movie till the day I fucking die. But,
and that's the thing for me. For us,
no, I know you don't.
Like,
I know you don't
chatting.
dislike it. I know. And I get the gripes though. I get the gripes.
I defend it. I think that's the thing. I think there's a lot of people. So like, I obviously like read through a lot of like people's critiques on this, and there was, there's quite a few that I agree with, but I think there are a lot of people who like don't get this movie for that point. Like I know what Ari Aster's doing with this character, and so like on a that's why I'm like, I like the movie on a narrative level. Like, I just think that's one part that bothered me, is that they gave it away. Cause it's like, it's still there. I still have the like anxiety and everything, I still have like the what if, what's going to happen next? Is he going to survive? And like, bringing in that like small militia type of deal though, like on the the tech company brings them in to like disrupt things.
Antifa's,
I don't quite understand
that one.
That was the part
took
that
me a sec the first time I watched it, for sure, and it's still kind of.
Well, no, I know. Okay, so I know it's the corporation bringing them in. They're not even like, they're Antifa, quote unquote. It's kind of
Antifa's
like,
not real. It's using. They're
clearly,
they're
that's
mercenaries. Basically
mercenaries,
using
guys
the chaos
as
to
right. I understand that.
Which a lot of
that's what
people
Ari
don't
Aster's
even
doing
get
with
that.
character.
A lot of people
they
watch
don't,
this movie
and
they're like, "Wah."
Yeah. Well, there are people out there who think Antifa is an organization.
Yeah.
There are people out there who are so like deluded and like so just trapped in their fucking bubble, man. It is crazy. It's like they don't even. It's like, okay. Anyways,
it's the
but
mom.
I love that.
The mom,
I think that I know really though. I think that I think it's beautiful. I mean, dude, the fucking. It's called Solid Gold Magic Carp. The name of the corporation. Good. That's a meme. Like Ari Aster's doing shit that's like it's layered and it's great. Like that's the thing. It's like that's a good bit. And then the Antifa thing for me, I'm like, this is amazing. But then what bothered me about it narratively is like they're there to disrupt and fuck shit up, and it's like they do like the bomb. I don't quite. That was the part that like I get, like they're just videoing it and they're blowing them up. But it was weird that it was just the 3 cops there, and I kind of was like, what are the optics on this? I didn't quite understand that narratively. I need to see it again to maybe get that part of it. But like, anyways, they're blowing it up, they're causing their shit, but then it's like they needed to go kill him, and so they chase him into town. But like, why didn't they kill the black cop? Like they just. I guess they assumed he was dead. I don't. It was just. It's weird for like how organized they were. There were like some slight loopholes where I'm like, why are they chasing him down? But I mean, that's just what they were there for. Sure.
Honestly, the back third, I think, especially on a second rewatch, because the first time I watched it, I was like, wasn't sure like what to get out of it, but this time I was really noticing. Yeah, literally during the whole shootout, you don't see another human being other than Brian, and you never see these guys. I noticed I was noticing the first time, I'm like, what? He's literally shooting at shadows and like just nothing. Like he's just like these shadowy men, and it is an interesting thing. I feel like Ari Aster in his writing, like he just was like, I want to escalate. You know what I mean? And I feel like
I think he does that naturally.
I feel like as soon as he decides to have cross that line for Joe to snap and kill the mayor, I think that like at that point, it's like we've taken another step into the unreality of the movie. You know, it's like, again, we talk about this a million times about how I don't like when people are like obsessed with what is and what isn't objective reality in film. It's like film is an art form, and so it is its own reality. And so this one, it starts off.
That's what I try to critique.
That's why it's so jarring.
Is
though,
the
right?
universe?
Yeah,
in the universe.
But it's so jarring because the first half, even though it's like obviously shown through like a satirical lens and like a tension of like the small town tensions, that feels too real and too raw. I mean, I worked at a grocery store all during COVID, so I I feel that I got spit on, dude. Like people tried to fight me all the time.
Yeah, I worked in a cafe. I literally like had people.
The best part of it though is there's like you can't kick them out, and I'm like, yeah, this is private property. I don't have to let anyone shop here. Get the fuck out of here.
I know that's what's fucking great. That's also the part where I'm like, I think that was something that kind of slightly bothered me too. Is like this movie is
different when the sheriff is doing it though. If the sheriff was there in a small town, I mean, I don't know.
Well, right, sure. I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm kind of like, that was my thing. I was like, well, this isn't like racist enough. Like he chose kind of an awkward setting. Like I think it's kind of hard. It's like he chose a small. You had to do this in a small town. Like this wouldn't have worked in a city, clearly.
Oh, of course not.
And so you had to choose a small town, but it's almost like, does Ari Aster know what a small town is in America? Like there's, I don't know. There wouldn't be that many. The fact that there were that many kids protesting, I'm just like, that didn't happen in small town America. But that's fine. That's our reality. So like in this movie, the reality that happens, it's kind of funny how they only made like one character racist. And I think that the more I thought about it, I'm like, okay, Ari Aster was just, each character is like a stand-in for a whole group of people.
Yeah, it's kind of,
and
I think that's why this movie's sort of
I need to see it again.
Is because it's, and like I said before, I love a movie. Our favorite kind of movies generally are movies that my wife can watch. It has a very like a straightforward plot that is you can follow and is good, but also has all these depths that you can dig into. And this movie is that. It's like it's a straightforward modern Western satire thriller, whatever. Like, I mean, it goes some weird places, but it's not like crazy.
It's not Beau is Afraid. Beau is Afraid is very alienating. And that was something else I wanted to say. Is
very surreal.
It's Ari Aster made Beau is Afraid for himself.
Yeah,
like dead ass. He said that. Like he's like, this is me. This is my.
I think I connect with this movie so much too because it's like, like you say, every character seems to represent a certain element, a bad side of a larger group in our modern society, or
not even a bad. That's what's nice is like this movie doesn't have like. I mean, and that it's frustrating and
it's
works.
cynical though, but that's the thing. It's like no one, like you said, no one is the hero.
He's trying to do like no one's good, no one's bad, and that also I think that's what divides people. Is like he doesn't pick a side, and so we're such divided. Yeah, like it's kind of irony there because he's like
it's irony.
I want to make a movie.
That's what we get butthurt about. A lot of people get butthurt about, but I'm like, I would disagree. Like he's definitely saying that like everything's shit, but. It's a little bit different when there's like murders and psychos, and it's like the whole thing is that you're being manipulated. It's all a fucking sham and meant to divide you.
the movie that I kept thinking about the whole time we were watching this is They Live.
Yeah,
like, I
can see that.
Straight up was like, I'm like, it is kind of They Live, dude. It's like this. He's not quite a drifter, but he's just like this. He's this dude that's in this like. Because this movie has such a really, really light sci-fi, like really like a light touch of sci-fi. Like it's funny how we're living in this world. Like we have the technology and everything, but like it's my lived experience. I don't feel like I'm that connected to social media, but like I know I am. I look at social media every single day, and totally like I know that it affects me. But it's hard to watch this movie objectively. I'm just like I'm watching it. And I'm like, this doesn't happen. But then
because
it does.
It's so, and I think that's why I fucking love it. And I honestly, call me crazy, call it hyperbole, whatever you want to call it. I think that so far, this movie is the movie of the decade of the 2020s because it's not just a lot of people say COVID. But it's not just COVID. This is society. It's like here's the ugly face of society, and it's like,
Well,
I don't know.
wrote this.
It makes me feel.
He wrote this
seen.
movie before
'Cause
COVID.
I
That's what's weird.
Well,
right?
kind of. He wrote the plot.
Right. He wrote-
like roughly the plot.
Yeah, he
of,
wrote
like,
a modern.
the town.
He wrote a modern. Yeah, he wrote a modern western like years ago,
Yeah.
and then he was
But
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
COVID being like this when things took a drastic shift, and then everything just continued to get worse from there. Because it's just like this movie is more relevant now than it would have been had it come out during COVID. But it's just like feeling
right.
so fresh during COVID. It's like that shit's not gone away. Like, yeah, we're not social distancing like we were 5 years ago even, but we're just more distant even then. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's like this movie. It does. It
Well,
makes me feel
I
seen.
think
It makes my frustrations with society feel heard, even though there's no it's very
Well, dude.
Ari Aster. There's no solution. Like here I am
Uh-huh.
pontificating and like here's what you should do about
I
society.
think that's the thing.
It's literally like
It's because
the first thing you got to
we
do is
watched-
realize that someone's using you.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
do
that
with
thing-
that with what you will.
I wish I saw this before I saw One Battle.
Yeah.
Because that is
I was saying though, right? They kinda-
they work like no Eddington, and if you watch Eddington and then One Battle after another, they are companion films. Like
Yeah.
I was saying that earlier, like when we watched One Battle, I think I even said it, and then when we watched Begonia, I was even like Begonia fits in this perfectly.
It really does.
Like it's a great it's a great triple feature because like they all like Begonia is the most like honestly the most optimistic of it all because it's like
everyone dies.
It's kind of
it's just like that
well,
should be how
but it's-
Eddington ends. It's just like we
but
just
no,
need to
in
just
Begonia-
start over. Just
that's the thing.
aliens.
In Begonia, it starts over. She's like she
Yeah.
knows that like this hit like will be. It's
Go
almost,
listen to
it's
that
almost
episode.
Like, because time's a flat circle. Like we will be back. We won't. You're not dead. So it's like you're gonna come back. And so it's like Ari Aster. He loves to just put. He puts his father into a giant penis monster because it's like that's the only way he can cope. And it's like he wants to put like his political figures inside of a shell.
Literally,
of a
mayor.
body, you know?
The mayor is literally a puppet. He's literally
Right.
a puppet mayor that is
Right.
on fucking strings, being lowered down
Yeah.
to.
It's kind of, and I think
like-
I think that's part of it too. Is like maybe, I don't know. It's weird. Like as I'm watching it, there was like I think the big glaring things stuck out to me, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get these. Like these are easy to like parse out and see. It's like the homeless guy. It's like that he's totally like being ignored and alienated, and then
even the
and he
protesters
brings-
that are like
even the
supposedly
right, exactly.
very. They're fake
Right. And
empathetic. They're just like, I don't have any
but that's-
change, man. Like,
No, but that's the thing. It's like it's harder because that's such
Yeah.
that's like a social thing
real,
that
though.
humans can't even we can't even come close to even understanding how to deal with that. Like
No.
nobody, not a single human being agrees, and it's awful. But it's like
there's
anyhow that shows it. But the fact that he brings COVID in, like he's the it's like to show that like the most like marginalized were the ones that were affected the hardest. It's like he bags them up. And that was actually so in the world of this movie. That I think that's just it's funny. It's like I don't mind the twist or not twist, but the like the jarring
the shift
in tone.
You could almost call it
I
a
don't-
twist because it's like
I mean, almost yeah.
I
But
always would have thought he might have had murder in him, but I don't think
Well,
he did until that
I
until
thought-
he got
Okay,
pushed to
so-
the edge.
I think that's the thing. Can you tell me? So okay, to start from one thought, he hits a kid at one point with his car, and nothing happens at that. And I thought that something was going to happen, but I guess that was probably just misdirect. And then when he kills the homeless guy, why'd they decide to make him a Dexter forensic? He like takes the bullet out of the thing and he's like cleans up the bar and like gets the body wrapped up perfectly and gets him in the water. It's such a, I don't know why, like it almost would have made more sense if he just killed him and left him there. But, got the bullets out and then just left the body.
Maybe because
I don't know. I understand,
He's still
like-
looking forward to a future, but he just doesn't know how to get there, man. And so like he kills the homeless guy, and he knows as a cop he 100% can be like, I was scared for my safety or whatever, like every cop says.
Yeah, but then why does he take the time to
he takes the time
dispose
because
of the
he
body?
knows that this guy can disappear and no one on the fucking planet will know.
No. But
And
it's like, I guess it's fine. It's just for me,
he's
it bothered
then
me because it's like,
decided-
you don't just shoot somebody 3 or 4 times and then it's a clean
No.
cleanup.
But
You
it was
clean
an
that. I don't know.
emotional. That's
But it's
when he
fine.
was being emotional. That was his fucking.
I
emotional
understand the
scene.
motive in the
I know,
plot
but, like,
for his character development. I
You're
just think the
saying, why would
logistics
I
of it
clean
bothered
up,
me.
Why would I clean up
Because
a murder if I'm planning on getting away with it, which he is? And
But if Ari Aster's, I don't know,
dude,
he's
if
so
the
like
fake
attention to
guys
detail.
didn't show up, and if Mayor Garcia wasn't kind of in the pocket of this big company, he would have got away with it. He would have framed the black cop, and it would have 100% worked. If it wasn't for the tribe, maybe they might have spoiled it, but nobody gives a fuck about the tribe either, and that's the thing. It's like if it didn't go to hell, he would have got away with it. He already definitely got away with killing the fucking homeless guy, and he just did that because he's sick of it.
No,
and
but I think
he would have got away with
I don't
killing the
know.
other two. I think.
this is what I'm saying is like him killing the homeless guy and leaving that body. He can get away with that no matter what. It doesn't matter. I mean, him taking the bullets, them doing that, they'll bag it, tag it. He's the cop. He can just say, I don't know what fucking happened. Doesn't matter. I don't know. It's like, because Ari Aster, he is very meticulous in his like detail. And that was like, that part and the bullet are just 2 parts that like, I kind of was like, why'd he do that? But it's fine. It's like, it doesn't.
I think it's an insight.
Movie.
See, I think
But
that it is a very good insight into Joe's character, and I think he is extremely nuanced with his simplicity. Because
Right,
it's
I was
like
gonna say,
he
yeah,
is.
I don't think
he's
but-
simple, but like there's enough to him. Like he's got the goods. Like he knows what to do when a cop, but he's never good enough. He always is fucking up some stuff. He remembers to pull out that bullet, but then he steps on the shell and can't find it, and doesn't think about that where he is on the fucking property line. You know what I mean? Like he's not good at any of that stuff, but he's just competent enough, which is like the epitome of small town power. You know what I mean? The epitome of fucking the president, the office of the president. What are you talking about?
Well, I was gonna say,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
they're
Like-
kind of the epitome of law enforcement. They don't work
it's-
together, and they're
It's
sloppy
so
as shit,
deliberate,
but they
and I
hide behind
get
it.
it. Because let me tell you my only complaint about this movie, because I do think it is interesting.
Well,
Like
I'd say one
you-
more thing too is I think the score kind of is lacking too. That's a bummer. I wish that
Even with
it's
you.
good.
I
It's
can't
good.
even with you. Man.
No, the score's great for the last third. That's what's funny.
That's true.
When
It is better.
It gets so good when he's like it is. It's pulsing, and it like really did. I like found
Go
myself
back.
getting in.
Go back and
ensconced in
watch
all of it. No,
the
I don't know. When I was
scene-
watching it, it's so flat throughout the whole
No,
thing
what?
until then. In my opinion,
go
but I
back
don't
and
know.
watch the scene where it feels very like having just rewatched One Battle After Another. Also, the like paranoia, anxiety music that's playing is not as pronounced as One
I
Battle.
know. I was gonna say, man,
But
that's my problem, dude. I really wish I saw this
it's-
before One Battle.
It's like during the like protest, like when they start quote unquote rioting, like during that scene, with the editing
yeah.
and everything,
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Those two are side by side.
I remember that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember. I liked that. So that's the thing. I enjoyed a lot of conflicts in this. Like when he goes, it shows who's Joe's character of being like he wants to be mad, but he's like, oh, the optics. Like he knows there's optics, and he's also like you can tell that it's hard to tell. I don't know what Ari Aster wants. It's like is his motive, and I don't think the character Joe really knows. Is his motive
Oh yeah, of
just
course.
because of optics, like is that it? Or would he really try to be a good person? Because it's like when he's with his wife, he doesn't really try very hard. He just begs for her to stay, but he doesn't really try to change anything. And so it's like,
Yeah, if he can't,
just
if he
like
actually,
Garcia, it's like,
well, I just don't
behind
think he's
closed
very
doors.
bright too, because it's like I feel like he
Yeah.
wants to,
yeah,
and as
Right.
much as he is
But
a man, quote unquote, he wants to be a man of action. He doesn't know how to like doing things like having, a back and forth conversation. Like that's hard. Thinking is hard. I want to be a man of action.
Yeah.
And fixing things with my wife is hard. Or like having a real conversation with my political opponent is hard when I could just kill him. Or, it's like he runs for mayor without telling his wife. And it's like he doesn't even think about it, even though he's clearly obsessed with her. But yeah, he doesn't try.
That's the thing.
though.
I'm like, yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
because
I think he's obsessed with optics. I think he's obsessed with his wife because you're supposed to have a wife and it looks good. I'm like,
yeah, maybe.
I don't, it's kind of hard because I mean, I think that like
I think he genuinely is kind of like is crazy in love with her.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's just
I know,
because
that was-
he
I couldn't
is so
quite tell,
desperate to be
but
loved.
I think that's it. Yeah,
that's
his
mainly
desperation.
I think that's
comes
part
off,
of the optics, right? Like he wants to be seen well because he wants to be loved by people, not just his wife. It's like when he buys that guy's stuff in the grocery store, the guy like is like, let's get a selfie, and then he's like, the one last good man, and that's like the first time someone's like, not like you fucking pig, and God knows how long, other than maybe his deputies occasionally being on his side. It's I don't know, it's so good, dude. I love it so much, but
I know
the one thing I dislike.
Oh yeah, what's your
complaint
complaint?
is the ADR. I noticed it the first time I watched it, but there is so much ADR.
There's a
some
lot
of
of times where the
it's
audio
not
fluctuates.
Some of it,
I totally agree.
Some of it's not good. I can look past it, but it's because it's obvious. I heard that like, especially the really famous scene of the two of them out on the street, like it was too windy. So they ADR'd that whole scene, but that scene sounded fine. But there was a lot
it's funny,
of scenes.
But him and his wife, there was a lot of times where I was like, this is bad. They're in a house. It's like I don't understand why
it's bad. It doesn't sync quite right. There's a lot of the like over the shoulder where someone's talking, but like you can see that their mouth is not matching what they're saying. Like it's not so bad. I could tell that they're just like we got to get the best takes. It's kind of a run and gun situation. I feel like they're like that's the one. A lot of exteriors maybe, but that was the only thing that's like the only blemish for me. But I could see why a lot of people wouldn't like this movie, and a lot of it is opinion based. I think objectively it's a very good movie and it's a very good, very clever script. And I think a lot of it comes down to like personal taste. For sure. Yeah. It is a confrontational movie for fucking sure.
100%. No, it's funny because like, I think I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to like blanket the quote unquote right or something, but like people who like feel conservative, I feel like would watch this and be upset. But then I also feel like they're just kind of upset about a lot of things anyways. If it tries to be any type of way that doesn't
if it's not outrage, if they don't have outrage, what they have.
Yeah, right. But so like that kind of like doesn't work. But it's like I would love to like I'm gonna go on YouTube and be like Eddington, like conservative reaction or something.
I've seen
see if somebody
more people are pissed. It's funny you say that because from all the reviews, especially right when it came out, more people are pissed on the left. That they showed the left in a bad light way more than the right, but like the right was,
but that I like, can no, and I actually like I kind of I get that because it's kind of
the
it
fact
becomes
that we're
like
talking the left and the right is kind of the point though, right? Because it's like that's the joke. It's the left are it is portrayed by Ari Aster, and I tend to agree with some of it, but it's like in this movie the left are a bunch of fucking virtual signaling hypocrites. And the right are murderers. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, they're not, neither are good, but one's obviously worse.
Right. I think I guess that's kind of part of the like, where I'm like, I get that. I get the criticism there to be like, he didn't come down on a side, and it's like, and it's like,
did,
sure, these are the characters. Right, and I know exactly. That's what I mean. It's like I don't think that. Yeah. I think the only thing for me narratively that would change it and make it more exciting for me is if it's like literally, dude. I'm like, oh man,
you didn't want Joe to be a killer, right? You wanted it to be ambiguous until he says maybe like when he's like in the shootout, he's like, I killed him. I killed.
No. I think, dude, if you watch it, there is so much. It does a really good job at being like when like Butterfly's like. On the trail.
So when he notices that E, dude, when he notices the E
and he bails right there, that gives it away. You don't need to, that was what it was. Thank you. That was the connection where I'm like, he literally fucking, that's the thing. This is like, that's kind of like, poor filmmaking, but I mean, this movie is not bad in any regard.
You're going to use
on the
filmmaking side. Filmmaking to me?
No, not for.
I will come to your house and kill you in your sleep.
Oh my God! But
I will assassinate you from 350 yards away, sir.
You've got to. I know. Yeah, right. Well, that's something that I really liked. That I loved the father figure aspect between that, but I kind of like it feels weird, and I kind of want to know more about that, but I didn't have time to look it up. But freaking when he goes, those are unique E's, you know, and then it's just one of those things where I'm like, dude, think of the movie if you didn't know who killed him, and then that puts it together. When he sees the E on the whiteboard and he runs away, that tells us as an audience, but it doesn't, it's like this movie did a lot of like, I mean, it literally showed him do it, but then even with him hunting him down, it was like, you know, like Joe knew, and so he goes to chase him, and it's like you've got this like that tension there, but like the tension wasn't as much for me because I'm like, oh, he did it 100%, so who cares, you know? But
I'm interested in that perspective on it. I think that
Right.
that
No,
has the
that was one
potential to be a more accessible movie and a more interesting kind of movie on that as far as the actual nuts and bolts go. But I think having the choice to like know fully we're with Joe, we're the fucking ambiguous sort of dumb like as the audience, because it's like even in the third act after that happens, like I said, it's like there's no one else in town. It's like after everyone else, after the bomb goes off, and he's running for his life.
Well, that's
no one comes
fun.
out, even though he's shooting a fucking Browning in the street.
I know
He's
that was
jumping in
hilarious.
shadows, like he's been sucked into it, and it's like we as the audience have hopefully, if they've done his job right, which you know worked for me, I've been sucked into it also, and it's like I know that it's like kind of silly, and that it's like almost like a meta level where it's like these shadowy Antifa, you know what I mean? Like dudes in the.
No, I love that joke.
But
I think that's
I
think
feel
that's
like
great.
being with him the whole time to like experience his.
But
like,
dude,
that's what it's about. Like I don't know. Like he's a good character.
thing.
I don't care what anyone says. Like he's like.
No, he's a well written character. Like I don't know, but he's not.
I think he's really well acted too. I really like it. The subtleties of Joaquin. A lot of people said it wasn't so good, but he was cracking my ass up with his like wheezing and stuff when he sees his when he sees his campaign posters. And he sees the one has a swastika on it. And he's just like, "Oh damn!" Like it just gets me. Like,
that is it is good. It's that's the thing. He has like a sincerity that shines throughout the whole movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
even I did forget first time I watched it for a minute. I was like, he's running for his life, he's doing everything, and then he's like, "Oh, I killed." When he's telling the mother-in-law in the house, and she's like, "Oh, Werner killed them, and he's coming back to kill us," and he's like, "No, I killed them." Like what? No, but we are actually in danger. When I first saw it in theaters, I was like, "Oh yeah, he did kill them." Like what the fuck? Like for a second, I did kind of forget.
No, I don't know. See, it bothered me from the second I saw it was him. It bothered me, but that's fine. It's like it didn't. I don't know. I get. It's one of those things like you can't change the movie, so like I won't harp on it.
I get
much,
why he did it,
but
and I can't say if it would be better if it didn't do it. I just think it would be a different vision. You know what I mean? I think it would be a better thriller. It would be a better thriller. I think it would be a worse like character study and like portrait of this kind of man for sure. And I guess that's a toss up of like, you know, what is preferable, you know what I mean? Because it's like at the end of the day, it's like I guess I probably maybe would prefer the better, like the more interesting thriller, because it's right there. But I like everything that we get, that's what it is. And I appreciate what he was going for
me.
That I'm not like sitting here trying to be like, you know, if only in Goodfellas he had done this slightly different, it would be a better movie. I'm like, nah, this is his movie. It's like, who am I to?
Right. Of course. And I guess, and that's like, so that's my personal, like, it's funny. It's like the one personal thing for me is not the plot.
I get that though.
It's that one device where I'm like, oh, it would have been so much better because
I appreciate that perspective because I wouldn't have thought of that. I honestly would not have thought of that, but I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
When he sees the mother-in-law as his wife and shit,
so Ari Aster, by the way. Just the way
thought
that
it was beautiful, yeah. But I thought he's having like a COVID fever dream, and I thought they were gonna like lean into it a little bit harder. I was hoping that they would have kissed and shit, and he would have just like thought it was her for a lot longer. But anyways, it's just like that I kind of forgot that he tells her that he killed them. They could have just easily taken that out.
No, he does.
But
if you took out all the stuff of him having killed him, that's like 40 minutes of the movie, dude.
well, no. That's what I mean. You don't have to take it out, dude. That's what I'm saying.
There's so
it literally
much.
like if you watch it again and you just from the time that he kills the boy before they go outside, it just cuts to him waking up. That also tells us as an audience that he did it, but it's not confirmed.
Yeah.
And then if you have the rest of the movie except for one line, it would have worked. It would have worked just the same, and it would have left it ambiguous. But you would have been like, "Oh, he did it for sure." But it would have been great.
It would need to be written.
We would have.
Because then I would be like, trust me, because I would be like, well, then why is he being so coy? He literally goes out and he frames the other cop and he like lies about his phone. He like turns his phone off. Like
I know that would add paranoia to you as the audience.
It's obvious.
No, but that's the thing.
You're already got paranoia because you know.
But is it obvious?
You know.
No, I don't know. But
you're in on the secret. You're in on the secret. That's the thing. That's the point of that, right? And it's like
I know I need to watch this again.
I'm not even saying that. It's even though I think you should, but like it's not like
of course
you don't
get
it because you only watched it one time. It's not that. You got it. I know.
I get this movie. That's the funny thing.
A lot of people don't.
Like,
I know you.
A lot of people said they didn't get it, and I was like, they would say something about it, like these characters, like the girl, like the high school kids and stuff. It's like they would say shit about them, and I'm like, no, don't you get it? Like
they're two-dimensional,
they're
kids. This movie's right-wing propaganda or left-wing propaganda or whatever. I'm like, you guys are leaning into it. I wouldn't not get the joke.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far as like really honestly giving this like it is. I mean, it is propaganda, but it's like it's not. It's contemporary. That's how come it's like weird to be like
that's just weird.
I mean, it is. It's
and
like it's propaganda, but we just live in this. This is exactly
I think
what
that's
we
partially
live in.
why I was so excited. It's like I really his style of movies really click with me, obviously, but also this was the first. I saw this before Begonia, before One Battle. I saw it, earlier.
Right.
When it came out in like
too,
March
honestly.
or whenever the fuck it came out. And so like this was the first movie I'd seen in years that felt like this is addressing the anxiety that I feel in a way that by a filmmaker I really respect, in a way I really like, and has the same cynical like perspective that I do. And so it's like this movie is for me in the same way that like Green Room is for me. But it's like, this is the first movie that did that. And so, like, then seeing One Battle and then seeing, like, Begonia, like, One Battle does it really, really well, where it's just, like, even though One Battle could technically be, like, in a different time, whereas, like, Eddington,
because it is ambiguous
written,
about its timeline,
but
for sure. But you just know it's contemporary.
This is the first, Eddington was the first movie I saw that was like, this is the current state of things. Like, this is the first film that is showing the shit show. It's showing how the sausage is made, and do with it what you will. But and I thought that was super impressive. And it's like, and not in a good, like, this is not necessarily a fun movie to watch. I had more fun with it the second time because it's like I knew. And so I was able to just kind of appreciate it a little bit more. But the first time it was just anxiety through the roof, dude.
It's because and this is for me. It's not
because
very
we're dealing with
because
it every day. We can't escape it.
Yes, no, that's part of it too. It's like facing that reality.
I just opened Reddit,
and then,
dude, and it's there. You know what I mean? It's fucking there.
And then it's like, well, right, but the characters that we get, the auxiliary and the background and the side characters, they're like I said. He uses one character to encapsulate a whole audience, a whole genre of people, like, a whole demographic.
Yeah.
And they were slightly underutilized, in my opinion, for this. It's like, this was a 2.5-hour movie, and I feel like it's not like I needed to get to know these characters more. I just felt like they were like some of them. It was almost like I wish he just either made two characters, like, or paired like the wife down a little bit, like the wife and the mother could have been one character. I don't know. I like the payoff though with the mother at the end. That's great, but I don't know. Though it's like I think I'm just salty because it's like I thought Emma Stone was going to be a big character in this. Go watch the trailer.
I tried to warn you.
She's a big character.
She's in the character. Yeah.
No, because you said that. You said you're like, oh, kind of, whatever. Because I said like, oh, she goes. Yeah, I was like comparing it to like Yeah,
Austin Butler's in one scene,
And-
like,
he's literally. And so it's like one of those things where I'm like, if you watch this, go back right now, everybody out there in podcast land, go watch the trailer for this. And it's kind of a shitty trailer now that I watch it again because it promises more than it delivers. No, on that front, the trailer is amazing. I think the trailer is beautiful.
It is using Emma Stone a little bit, but
it uses Emma Stone a fuck ton in the trailer, dude. More
she-
Emma Stone's in the trailer more than she is in this movie.
Almost,
It's like
yeah.
she has scenes. There's a scene in the trailer that's not in the movie. She says dialogue that's not in the movie, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like it's like
it makes
I know
sense.
they do that, but
it makes sense to cut it down because it's just like I feel like, again, I get the criticism that it's just like I want a different movie. I want it to be either focused or less focused, where it's like it seems half in the foot. But it's like I feel they cut out some of her because it's like we know she's like the instigator and the Rock and like his anxiety at home and why he stays away from that, like all his anxieties. It's like we get that, and it's like I wish there was more of her. I totally, because she's awesome. Emma Stone fucking rules, obviously, and I wish there was more Austin Butler too, because I really love Austin Butler, especially as this character. Which don't even get me into all the stuff about the fucking sex trafficking and like all that stuff.
Do you know?
Like there's so many things.
Do you know what's
in this
crazy?
movie.
It's like that is like Walking Phoenix's kind of life too. That's what's kind of bonkers to me. It's like that, like. As they were making this movie, I'm like, I wonder if that was like a touchy subject, like for them, because it's like, I don't know, he comes from a cult, and so it's just like, I wonder if he's like, I wonder if he saw that in there. But
I don't know,
man,
this movie's also hilarious. I don't know.
I would love
laugh out loud. It's a good satire, I think, but it is super dark though.
No, I definitely found myself being like wanting more. I think that's what it was. It's funny. I'm like, it was a 2.5 hour movie, and I'm like, I wanted more from the characters, like who we had. I liked the characters, so it's like I kind of wanted, like I was like, oh, there's like too many characters. Like it's like they focused more on like the high school kids than I thought they would. Than like I thought they would have more of Walking Phoenix's like, home life in there. It's just I don't know. It's like one of those movies that I'm like, I really want to see it again because now that I know what's coming, I can like.
Yeah, I think it's
focus on it a little bit better.
Ari Aster had to make a decision when he was rewriting it for the more modern to and especially during filmmaking to like, do I want to have this be about everything or do I want to like dial it back and just be about one thing? And I don't think he could choose to not. Like I feel like the way he writes, like he's like it kind of has to be about everything or why am I making it? And so I have to just kind of hit full send with everything because it's like,
well, that's the thing.
and then
I
too
wish
much
it was a
of
little
a
longer then.
Yeah, that would be okay.
I want
too much.
I want to see what his edit is, his full his original edit.
Every single movie except for maybe I don't know if there's a longer version of Hereditary, but there's like a way longer version of Midsummer. So I'm like, I wonder if there's a longer cut of this. I heard that there was one originally, but I don't know if it ever got released or not. Because that would be good. I was like, I'd hella watch like a 3 hour. Like I'd watch a 4 hour cut of this, but it's like I don't know, too much of a good thing. But I guess that's just me. I'm the only fucking Eddington apologist on earth apparently.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel bad because it's like I didn't love this as much as you.
Oh, that's
and
okay.
that's fine. It's
no,
like,
yeah,
it's a great.
I'm happy that
glad,
you don't. I mean, it gives us more to talk about. I think
exactly. I was going to say I could talk about this for days because that's the thing. I think it's one of these
things we haven't even touched on, but yeah.
Exactly. There's so many things. Like, dude, like his relationship with the deputies. We could get into that.
The
but
deputies'
it's like,
relationship with each other. That's the thing. Is there's
right.
He needed everything because it's like the movie's called Eddington, right? It's like the web,
right? It's the town. Yeah,
and even though it's like Joe Cross is like he thinks he's the heart of the town is why it focuses
I know he
on
does.
him. It's the kidney that thinks it's the heart is what.
And
what
how
it is.
gutted. Literally though, and how gutted it is too. It's like I love that. Like that's what's so great. It's like Ari Aster can write nuance in his scripts with like characters talking about they're like he does such a good job with his dialogue, like kind of flushing out the world with just like a quick conversation. And so it's just like you learn a lot like that, And Ari Aster does a really good job at that. It's like finding out that like. He only has 2 deputies now, but he had like 4 or 5. But they all got in trouble, because it's like it's one of those things where it's like in No Country, you're seeing like people are like, oh, the times are changing, and it's like you're following the cop that like can't really keep up with like this new new crime, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a lot more meditative. And there's only like 5 characters in that movie, where this has like, you know, I mean, this effectively, I guess, only has like 5 main, but they follow so many people. And I think that's a big part of it, because it is Eddington. Kind of have to follow the town. So I really do feel like a longer version could be better. Like, and that's the thing. I don't have the things that I don't like is because I know I'm like, oh, it's like right on the cusp for me of being like, you know, this is like a solid 3-star, and it's like right on the cusp of being like 4.5 for me. And I know you're like a 5-star on it, and I know, I get it, but I just like, that's the thing. There's something lacking about it, and I'll just need to see it again, and hopefully
I do wish it was longer. I do wish there was
I
things.
do. I just
because I
needed,
don't.
there was
I don't
more.
feel
I
like
wanted
you
more.
could cut anything. So I feel like this was
Yeah.
as tight as they could get it.
Yeah.
And I think it really paid off. But I'm like, yeah, I wish. Like, I do think that had more things, especially Emma Stone's part, and like more things, and like a little bit more with the mayor. It's like more things kind of explored would be better. But it's just like, isn't that a good thing? I don't know. It keeps me, if it wants, keeps you wanting more.
That's what's so hard. It's like, but it keeps me wanting more. And I feel like I'm, like I said, just right on the edge of it. Like,
it's like I just rewatched Chernobyl, and it's only 5 episodes, and I'm like, I would watch 10 episodes of Chernobyl, but would it be as good? Like, I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know. Right? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think with Eddington, I think it would have been better longer. I don't know.
I think possibly. Because I wonder with the pace, because I think the pace is really good, and then there's like that middle, that shift, which it keeps the pace, but it really just ramps up the escalation of the pace. But I do wonder if it was like longer in the front half, how that would feel in the back half, like as a whole. But I mean, people hated it anyway, so fuck it. I don't know. Like, do it.
I know.
Give me a 3.5 hour cut, Harry.
We're gonna. I know. Literally, though. Yeah, it's like no one liked it, so you may as well just do what you want. I don't know why. It was crazy though, dude. Okay, so get this.
Yeah, what's the budget?
It was. Yeah, the Money Minute is. It was $25 million. That is super fucking cheap.
It's dirt cheap for the cast too,
dude. Can you fucking believe that? No. So let me tell you right now. This full feature was $25 million. $25 million is what Leo fucking DiCaprio got paid for One Battle After Another. One actor got paid the full budget of Eddington. So I like,
at least there's that. You know what I mean? At least it's like if Ari Aster can continue to these $30 million movies, dude, that's the sweet spot. It's like, give these fucking dudes these $30 movies. They can get the talent they need. They can do just enough effects for the shit they need to tell compelling stories. And I'm like, that's the thing. Like, this movie is compelling as fuck. I personally think it's a masterpiece, but I don't think anyone can argue that it's like boring or doesn't have anything to say.
Right.
If they do, I think they miss the fucking point, man. Like,
exactly. People not liking it is odd to me. Like I feel like that's the thing. I
get people not liking it. I get people not liking it, but people saying it's bad, I think is like,
oh sure,
like,
oh yeah, of course.
I get not liking it. But it's like people being like, well, actually, if blah blah blah, and I'm not saying like you, where it's like it's you. Your things actually make sense, and they are like good personal insights, I think.
Because I watched the movie. I watched it and I enjoyed it. I think that's what it is. It's like
how much
did
it make?
Wanted
more. It tanked. It didn't fucking.
Oh, it tanked, dude. 13.7, baby.
Breaks my
that
heart.
is bad.
Dude, I remember when I saw this in theaters, and I'm like, he's done it. He's finally broke through to the mainstream. This is Best Picture. This is best. I'm like, this is definitely Joaquin's getting nominated. It's getting best screenplay.
No, it got 0 noms,
Nothing.
dude. Or wait, did it really? It got 0, right?
Yeah, 0.
It got 0.
Absolutely, of course it did.
That's brutal. That's gutting, dude. Because this is so much better than like a lot of films that have came out last year.
It was a pretty good year. Don't get me wrong.
It was a solid year,
it's
though.
A good year.
I was gonna say.
We'll talk about it after this, but I've been watching more of the Oscar movies, and it's a good year. But I don't know.
I mean, I think
I guess
if you made it this far,
people aren't ready
in the podcast. You made it this far on the podcast. Watch this first, then watch One Battle. Not like I am saying that I liked One Battle more, but it's just like I think that they work really well as that, like a double feature, Eddington and then One Battle, and you kind of get like they work so well together. Like
They do.
it has.
Well, that's why
like,
when
a
I
lot of the
saw,
same
I told you I
themes
was
and
like,
energy.
they're similar, but like they're two sides of the same coin, kind of.
Oh
You know what I mean?
But yeah, but I like Eddington. I would. This is called a modern western, and I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the. I almost feel like it's more of a modern western than like Hell or High Water. You know, even though like that is, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like this has it's because this has a lot more landscape and a lot more like showdown
the stand-up
style stuff.
That's
you know,
the thing. It's like
Yeah.
he wants so bad to be the white hat sheriff, and he's just not.
I
dude.
know,
Like,
but he's not. No, and like there's so many, dude. Yeah, okay, just get to the Reddits. We can. That's the thing. That's the movie. That's
there's
what's
so
about
many
this movie.
things I haven't
there's
even
so
touched
many things
on
about it.
but it
Like him holstering his phone is like great. That symbolism's fucking beautiful. Like
him
he
keeps going for his gun as a reaction constantly, and he almost pulls it on his wife earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
And then when the bomb goes off, he pulls up his empty hand and he's just aiming his empty hand. Like there's just so many.
Well, and then
quirks
there is like
and so many minor things like about the mom, the dynamics with the
dude.
like her at the end.
The mom.
She's living a conspiracy, but she still just is like head in the sand about it and still listening to all the conspiracy theories. Is talking about 9/11 and the fucking COVID shot. And yet she doesn't even realize that she's working for this like puppet organization that sent these people. Like, I don't know. It's too fucking good, man. I can't. I can't.
Yeah. No, and that's
I got a couple
talking
Reddits.
about it helps, but
I got a couple
let's
Reddits.
get some Reddits. 'Cause
Most people are mixed at best. Let's see.
yeah.
Available Toe 7008 says, I felt I was watching the Jim Thompson story. The COVID angle and the stolen land talk felt like window dressing on the tale of a sleazy character who takes actions that send him straight to hell without noticing. The next comment says, it reminded me of the killer inside me. I wonder if that's the same, because I'm like, Jim Thompson, I thank you for that comment. I don't know who Jim Thompson is. I should look that up. But I wondered if it sounds familiar, because I also was reminded of the killer inside me. Did you ever see that?
No.
It's based on a true story, I thought, and or a book, but it's Casey Affleck, and he's a sheriff of a small town, but he's not a serial killer necessarily, but like I don't know. It's a good movie. I want to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years, but
it is. So the killer inside me is by Jim Thompson. He's the author.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
Killer
good
Inside
movie,
Me.
and I wanted to read the book because I liked the movie quite a bit. So, but
Oh,
I did
sick.
I
Thank you
did
for
get
the-
that.
thank you
vibe.
for the recommendation.
Yeah, I did get that vibe.
It is a psychopathic Texas deputy sheriff, Lou Ford, who hides his violent, sadistic urges behind a facade of small town niceness.
There is.
Oh, that's exactly it. Yeah. He's got, because that's the thing. Like, that's Joaquin Phoenix plays this like he's a serial killer. Like, plays it like he has a strong history of violence. And so it's like, I love that. It's great. But I don't know, man. I don't think he's that nuanced. So
I
come
disagree
after
with
me.
everything you just
Come
said.
Come
I
after me.
disagree. Like, I don't think I think he. Anyway, yeah.
I think he plays it really repressed, but
Oh no, yeah, for sure. But I'm like, I don't think that he's like a secret murderer or anything.
oh no, I know that was no. He just plays it like he would be a secret.
I also
murderer.
don't
Like,
think
he plays
he-
it like he's got.
I don't
violence.
think he has ever acknowledged to himself consciously that he would like to kill someone necessarily either. He thinks he's a good guy.
But well, that's the thing. But no, but that's where Ari Aster kind of like drops the ball a little bit, in my opinion. Is like he's trained to kill, like he sees threats, and so it's just
well,
like
right,
he
but
plays that a little
even
bit,
the
but-
worst shitty cops think they're the fucking good guy. That's the thing. Hardly any bad guys are like, I'm the bad guy. It's like he thinks he wants so bad to be the hero.
Right. No, I get that.
And so it's
I
interesting
see
that he's our protagonist because it's like he's obviously,
right. No, I get that. It's cool that Ari Aster took that. It's a complex character to write for sure. Like,
is he complex or not, Jordan? You tell me.
yeah, he can be complex, but I don't. Nuance is a lot different than complex, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like nuance is how the complexities come out, I guess, right?
yeah,
So Junior Dow 8069 says, I think it's a very specific and accurate portrait of our social media brain addled culture. I think people wanted
preach.
it. Yeah, I think people wanted it to take a side or convey deeper answers and generally do more than what Astor set out to do. Personally, I think that if you can't arrive at your own conclusions based on the film he presented, you're very much missing the point. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that comment, actually. I
yeah,
haven't
that's
read
great.
that
That's, yeah.
Fucking,
I agree.
Our good friend Clones of People 2 says, first watch. This had passed me by, but asking a few friends if they had seen it and their opinions were very mixed. However, I love this. The main plot of a sheriff losing control while the world around him is turning to shit reminded me of The Killer Inside Me. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
But I think the beauty of the film is in the world created. The idea of a volatile community divided by politics and race and a constant intrusion of social media. None of the supporting characters are very well defined and are often identified by a single view or opinion. I found this very apt in the post-COVID political charged social media age. The film was hilarious at times with hypocrisy and absurdity. My only critique is I think it became very messy in the final act, with all these ideas coming together at speed after a slow escalation. It's like a car crash, right? I think this is a film that will age like fine wine, and I sense the current divisiveness is due to it being very raw. Also, I think this is the first film I've seen that truly feels like it nails the visual aspect of social media in the real world. Cameras everywhere and people being informed by what the algorithm is showing them. Oh, yeah, and the ending with the brain-dead mayor is perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, dude, that's a fantastic write-up.
It's a really good comment. I know it's like every time something happens, especially since they're like public figures, like always someone's got a phone, and then always someone's looking at it. Like seeing the kid Brian basically become like a Kyle Rittenhouse type character. And
so good.
The Instagram like slowly, it's like all sideways, and it slowly zooms out to him showing him in the car, and it's the guy, the fucking in-between guy that's like now working with him because he's like the guy that's like connected all to the fucking data center. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, that's good. Yeah.
This might be our longest podcast that's not like more than one movie. So
we're chatting.
We could go longer. Well,
I could have I kind of like
go longer, but
it's like I could have gone longer, but I don't know. I guess I need to digress. It's like I've said my piece, and we'll maybe we'll do like a.
You better sleep with one eye open,
you
mother. Oh yeah, one day we should do like rewatches. This movie won't win because I had to put it on multiple polls.
No, I know, right?
One day we should do like must.
When we start doing frickin' bonus episodes. We start doing the.
That's true. That'd be a good way to actually rewatch some stuff and do miniseries like we keep talking. We'll do that. Patrons, if you want to hear about our bonus episodes, or maybe if we got some more you want to hear us argue about Eddington more, go to Patreon. Or go ask us on Reddit. I'll argue with you on fucking Reddit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Reddit, or come to YouTube. I'll blast you up on.
Come to all our socials, dude. YouTube. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, I know, right? That's like that's kind of the irony is like can't really escape social media. It's how we live, and I think that's part of a reason that I'm like, what did he want to say with Eddington? But this we got to stop. Okay, this is I like the movie. I recommend you see it, but I think it is a very good companion film to One Battle. So good. I will say that no more.
We got one more movie for 2025. I don't know what it's going to be yet. So go to the Reddit and the YouTubes to come vote on what it's going to be. I might just do all foreign films on the poll, so we'll see. Because there's a lot of supposedly very good foreign films this year I have not seen yet.
I can't really think of, after like the movies that we just watched, these were the three that I wanted to see is One Battle, Big
There's still so many.
Eddington. So I know there's so many, but these are like the ones that I was like, oh, I won't watch these.
All right, well, we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for chatting with everyone who came and did the comments.
Yes, thank you so much for the comments. All right.
Bye now.
Bye.
I'll fucking sleep with one eye open.